Hey, what's good? So in today's video, I'll be sharing a life-changing journey that began when I made a singular decision. The decision to quit social media. But this video isn't just about me. It's about you, your potential, and the incredible transformation that you can experience once you unplug from the digital world. So sit back and get ready for a story of growth, reinvention, and the power of disconnecting. In this video, I'll be talking about three main things. The first thing is the social media detox, what exactly it is and why I decided to quit social media. The second is some of the benefits that I experienced while I was off, my findings and all of that. And the final bit are the practical steps that you can take to reinvent yourself and transform yourself into the person that you have always wanted to be. So without further ado, Act 1, the social media detox. It all started with a single act: deactivating all of my social media accounts. My Instagram, my WhatsApp, my Telegram, my Twitter, in fact, every single thing that could connect me to the outside world. I was getting distracted, I was getting overwhelmed. I was not one that was addicted to my phone because during exams, I could easily just unplug for like a week or two, right? So it was not that I was addicted, it was that I was distracted from my goal. The thing is that I had an image of the person that I wanted to be at that particular time. This was in February 2021. I had an image of the kind of person that I wanted to be. I wanted to be financially independent, and genuinely that was at the top of my list. While now I have different goals, but at the time the top of my list was to be financially independent, and I was nowhere near that person. In fact, I didn't have anything that seemed like I was getting towards that particular thing, and I was so frustrated. I would come online and I would see people and see different things. Maybe what triggered it was not the best, but the drive in itself, which was I needed to reinvent myself basically. That was the reason why I decided to unplug from everything. I genuinely was going offline without a single plan, without any amount of money to my name, without capital to invest in anything, without even a business model. But all I knew was it was time to unplug and focus, double down, and become the version that I would always picture in my head. Did I have a time frame I wanted to leave social media for? Well, no, it was genuinely indefinite, because the idea was that there was a picture that I wanted myself to become in my head, and when I looked in the mirror, that was not the person that I saw. So the idea was I'm not coming back till at least I have attained some level of financial independence, and that was what was driving me. Throughout the period I was offline, my goals started to change. I started to inculcate things like spiritual development and then personal development, in addition to my original goal, which was financial development. Well, of course, the benefits of going offline were immense. So we go over to Act 2. What are some of the benefits that I experienced while I was offline? Without the digital noise, I had time to find peace in solitude. I had time to rediscover the reason and essence of everything. And whilst there was pressure from social media that pushed me out, I learned to find a calmness. I learned to find a satisfaction of where I currently am, knowing fully well that God still has me in His plans. I mean, the disconnect from everybody and everything just created a level of calmness. When I wake up in the morning, instead of picking my phone for the first time, I would do other things instead. I would pray, I would read a book, I would do things that would improve my mental health, basically. There was no drama from the outside noise. So in summary, there was a drastic improvement in my mental health. Second benefit was I was able to get so much stuff done. I mean, it was crazy, because when I was online, because obviously I took a gap year, so I wasn't really doing anything at home. So I would sleep late, I would wake up late, I would eat, I would sleep throughout the day. There was nothing much I was doing, right? But I knew that this is not the kind of life that I wanted to live, even at this age. When I was offline, I mean, there's no reason for me to pick up my phone. I'm not using my phone for anything, so I had so much time on my hands. I was sleeping earlier, I was waking up by 5 a.m., I was going for runs early in the morning before everyone would wake up. I'll come back, I'll take a cold shower, I would eat healthy, and I was just able to get so much stuff done. Third benefit that I experienced was a sense of liberation from the comparison trap. Now, whenever you're working on something, there's always this need to, want to push your progress, which sometimes might be okay if you want to document your journey online. If people are working on the same project as you are, sometimes there is just a sense of comparison that would come. Oh, why am I not this? Why am I not here? And things like that. Now, because I was totally off, whatever it is that I was working on, there was no need for me to compare with anyone, because there was nobody to compare it to. So there was no pressure to do it so quickly. There was no pressure to get XYZ results. I was working on the projects. The only time bound that I set was the one that I specifically put for myself. It was not because of any other person. This is one of the most important benefits that I experienced while I was offline. My relationship with God increased because, first thing I'm doing in the morning is waking up. Now there is calmness and there is solitude, so I can hear God's voice more clearly. There is time that I'm giving into things like devotion. I was taking advantage of devotional resources, sermons, books on the faith, and all of that. When I was that rush to always leave the presence of God so you can attend to so many things was not just there. And finally, there was 100% focus. It was just me and my goals every single day, doing something that would get me closer to my goals. I don't think there was a single day that I did not put some level of effort into achieving my goals. Now all the distractions have been cut off, and inevitably, once you do that consistently, results will just come out, because every day, every minute, every hour, I'm thinking about how can I become this person, or what can I do, and all of that. And whilst at the start of the journey, I did not have a clear vision, I did not have a clear plan. All I knew was I wanted to be financially independent. Everything started to make sense as I was on my way. For all of these things, I just continued to grow in them. I continued to focus on them, and after a year and a half of being offline, I decided to return because I had achieved my goal. I had attained a certain level of discipline, and I was ready to come back online. But this is my story, different strokes, different folks, right? So what exactly can you do to reinvent yourself, to become the person and the version that you have always thought of, to become the person that you'd be proud of when looking at the mirror? What are the practical steps you can take to getting there? Well, let's head over to Act 3, reinventing yourself. Number 1 is disconnect. Now, it may not be for a year, it may not be for a year and a half. In fact, it could be for a month, it could be for a couple of weeks. But whatever it is, disconnect. You'll be surprised at how the solitude can actually help you get better. And like I said, it is not a one-size-fits-all, because the difference between me then and me now is that me now is currently in school, and then I wasn't in school, so I was able to do that quite easily. Right now it may be difficult, but if there is a will, there is a way. I have left social media for a full month whilst I was in school. I did not die. And you don't want to overthink this, genuinely. I know you will think about the things that you have to do. You will think about the communities that you're currently in, the people that you have to attend to, and all of that. Don't overthink it. Like I said, it may not be for a full year, it may not be for that long, but just unplug. Don't think about it too much. Just unplug, and I promise you'll be better for it. Second is to have a clear vision. This is one of the mistakes that I made, but thankfully it still worked out at the end. Once you go offline, now there is silence, there's peace, there's solitude, like we've discussed before. So now you have better room to think and formulate a plan. Come up with the goals and set a target for the person that you want to become at the end of the period in which you are offline for. If you want to get better at speaking, if you want to get better at your grades, if you want to get better financially, if you want to get better spiritually, whatever it is, set clear goals. But make sure that each morning that you wake up, you have something in your head that you are ready to achieve. You have a destination that you are going to. This creates drive, this creates a sense of purpose, and it gives you a reason to actually do all the things that you need to do. It gives you a reason to focus. It gives you a reason to put 100% of yourself into that particular thing, because you have seen the person that you want to become. The third thing is to build systems around those goals. There's a popular quote that says, we don't rise to our goals, we fall back on our systems. And what that simply means is that the idea behind goals is not that you are able to achieve them just by setting them. The idea is that systems would help you get there. For example, I wanted to start waking up earlier to run. Some of the things that I did was to get new gym outfits, set an alarm as to when I'm meant to go to bed, set an alarm as to when I am meant to wake up. And these are just some of the things that helped me to become more disciplined. So if you want to become a better leader by the end of the period that you are going offline for, you want to get books, you want to get videos and resources to help you get there. The idea is that you want to slowly and gradually live the life that you have set for yourself. So if you want to become someone that is extremely disciplined, that exercises, that reads books, that focuses on their business and all of that, you want to start living a life in that manner, and this is what the systems help you to do. The fourth is to execute. I'm talking about ruthless execution, ruthless aggression. You've come up with the goals, you've built the systems, now you want to execute. You want to do everything like you are a maniac, because like I said, the reason for setting such high standards and such high goals for the person that you want to become is that you have a reason to wake up every single morning. You have something that is driving you, you have something that is pushing you to become that version of yourself, to become, Tega 2.0. At this stage, you don't want to focus focus on output. Don't focus about results. Only focus on input. Only focus on giving. Focus on reading books. Focus on getting better. Focus on your discipline level. Focus on building good habits. Just input. Keep giving and keep giving. If it's a particular job that you want to get but you don't currently have the skill set, make sure each and every day that you're doing something and putting in a lot of time into getting better. The idea is ruthless aggression. Don't hold back. Put in everything that you have. And like I said, don't focus on the output. It is inevitable. If you are putting in that much input, you would receive the output. The output will take care of itself. I was not looking for a freelance job genuinely when I landed that. It was just output, trying to gain so much financial knowledge. In fact, trying to put myself out there, focus on input. In fact, focus on ruthless aggression. And the final is journal or document your journey. Journal, document your process. And this is one thing that I did not learn until later down the line, because I really did not know. After 5 months, I did not know how much I had grown. I did not know what I had achieved. I did not know, the level that I had come to. But once you journal and once you document each and every single day, you know that, okay, this is where I was at the start of the journey. This is where I currently am. So it helps you to measure and track your progress. It helps you to know, are you moving too slow? Do you need to get faster? All right. Are you achieving things faster than you initially planned? All of these kind of things. And it just gives you a level of comfort, especially when evidence never did, right? You are not really seeing the output of what you are putting in. It just, you can find solace in knowing that, okay, I have actually grown. Because if you're anything like me, you are almost always focused on the now. You're not really focused on, okay, at some point I could not read a single book in a month. Now I'm doing 3. Like at the end of the day, I'm not really thinking about that. I'm always focused on what's the next step, what's the next big thing, what's the next discipline level I can attain. But documenting your journey gives you a metric to track your growth and your progress. So why exactly am I sharing this journey with you? Because I want you to know that the power to reinvent yourself is within your grasp. It's within your fingertips. You can choose to step away from the screens and focus on what truly matters to you. Focus on that person that you want to become. Focus on that person that you can see in your head, but each time you look in the mirror, they are not consistent. You want to focus on that. And that's the reason why I made this video. If you can disconnect from social media, create a clear vision, build systems around those visions, ruthlessly execute, and then journal and document your journey. And at the end of the process, you would have reinvented yourself. Embrace the discomfort of change. Cultivate mindfulness. Pursue your passion. This is your life, and you have the ability to design it intentionally. I made a detailed video about all the things that I did whilst I was offline during that period from February 2021 till I think March 2022. If you want to watch the video, I will link the video right here. Well, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on post notifications, and I will see you next time. Take care.